You guys are going to have to forgive me if I get a little frustrated here. Sometimes when I'm trying to make these videos, I don't know why, but like 2 or 3 times in a row, I'll be doing it and my screen recorder will just crash. It's a little frustrating because some of these things I feel are very important to get across to you guys. And considering some of these videos, can be upwards of 10, 12, 13 minutes long, when you have to do 3 or 4 takes on them, it's a bit time consuming. But hey, it's all good. I just want to get the information out there. But enough of my incessant rambling here. This is the deal. I've been seeing these articles pop up lately. Washington, D.C. is pushing for statehood. This was something, I guess, it kind of started up in the early 80s and it fizzled out. Let's just go over here real quick. Check this out. And as you see right here, this is something you can go and download. Just Google it. I may try to put the link in here for it. It's the PDF of the Constitution of the State of New Columbia that has been drafted by the mayor and a committee in Washington, D.C. to make Washington, D.C. Become the 51st state in America. Now, if any of you guys are like-minded as I am, when I initially heard this, I just got goosebumps and I was just like, oh man, this is some bad news. Well, let's go over here and we'll check out the article and then I'll get into why I think this is something that everybody needs to be paying attention to. Let's go right here. But they've decided right here to call this thing New Columbia. And what I want you to see right here is it says, of course, the new bid is yet to be voted on, and though noted politicians like Senator Bernie Sanders, Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, and President Obama support the movement, it's likely Republicans will vote to reject D.C. statehood motion since most of the district's residents are liberal. Now, this particular version of the article, and I saw quite a few of them, was written by Jessica Toomer. And I'm sorry, Jessica, Republicans are not going to reject this because it's liberal. Okay, that's not the problem. And what you need to tell your readers, Jessica Toomer, is that the problem is here, is this. If Washington, D.C. becomes absolved and becomes the 51st state, this is going to start a chain reaction of multiple events that are going to see, and there's going to be some unprecedented change in America that no one even expected. With all these false flags and immigration and everything else, this is the one piece right here that can fundamentally transform America forever. This could make sure that Barack Obama is in fact the last president of America forever. Because, first, I am not a constitutional expert, but I do believe if Washington, D.C. becomes absorbed and it becomes no more and is replaced with a 51st state, then this will give people in Congress the power and moreover the necessity to alter the Constitution because the District of Columbia no longer exists. Now, if that isn't 10 times more scarier than a convention of the states, which by the way is a great idea, giving the power back to the states away from the federal government is the one true and only way to fix this mess that we're in America. Let's be real. But I digress. Now, not only will they have the necessity to alter the Constitution, they will now have the necessity to alter the American flag. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, well, hey, it's no big deal. It's all good. We'll just throw another star on the flag. Now, up until about, I would say 3 or 4 years ago, I would have agreed with you. But with the push to fundamentally change America in every way possible these last 2 to 3 years, I believe they won't add a star to the American flag. I believe that they will change the American flag altogether. Now, if they decide, which they will, I believe, to change the American flag, I believe that they will change the name of the nation. We have been being fundamentally re-educated in the past 3 years like never before. Between the liberal agenda and transgenders and Common Core and climate meetings, weather engineering. I mean, there's just so much stuff going on. It's just insane. We've all heard about this, and if you haven't, you should look it up, about this borderless one world they want to make. This one world government. You got a bunch of continents with no borders. Ours, I believe, was supposed to be called, the North American Union or something like that. Don't be surprised if we make a 51st state and we start altering borders, that we don't just start changing the flag and changing the Constitution. Don't be surprised if we don't just change the name of this country altogether. I mean, I, for one, would not be completely shocked if in 2 to 3 years the name of this country was United Nations Republic of Libtard Utopia or some crap, with a big pretty rainbow flag or something. Don't get me wrong, y'all, okay? I don't have a problem with gay people, alright? But this whole thing they're trying to push on everybody, it's just stupid. People are going to be gay if they want to. Nobody has a problem with it. Just don't make it a big-ass issue when it doesn't need to be. But anyways, I'm not going to go digressing into that. So, Washington, D.C. could not only cause all that to happen, but if they decide to change the name of the name of the country and the flag of the country, it's very possible, instead of editing the Constitution, that they would just abolish it and write a new Constitution altogether. Now, over here, I just want to show you something else. Chris Ann Hall has a video up. Princeton announces errors in Declaration of Independence. They're saying because of a comma in particular parts of the Constitution, as opposed to a period, that people have misunderstood the Declaration of Independence for as long as its existence because of a comma. Now, I am not a constitutional expert, so I will leave a link to this article. I highly recommend you take the 38 minutes and 29 seconds it is to listen to this woman's show. She's actually very intelligent and very good at explaining what these things in the Constitution mean and what the implications of punctuation really are. Now, punctuations do change things in documents. No one is arguing this. Now, they don't change things in themselves, but they do change things. I, for one, especially after listening to Chris Ann, do not believe that a comma completely changes the Declaration of Independence, but that's what the Princeton scholars want you to believe. So once again, they're coming out and telling us that the Declaration of Independence means something completely different than what we thought it did because of a comma. So, if you can see the push that they have to transform this country, then the things that I am discussing are not entirely unthinkable. I will leave links. Hope you guys had a safe and fun 4th, and I will talk to y'all again soon. Y'all take care.